conflict which may have now ended as far as this announcement that has come in from President Trump. However, he seems to be issuing a warning to Hamas, demanding that the group disarm or face the consequences. Now, Trump suggested that any action could be taken quick, perhaps even violent, as these comments come in the wake of recent hostage releases, which Trump acknowledged, while also claiming that Hamas has previously agreed to disarm but failed to follow through.
But if they don't disarm, we will disarm them. They know I'm not playing games. Okay? Now, we did something monumental. We got the hostages back. That was the first thing we had to do, above all else, get the hostages back. Now, they misrepresented because we were told they had 26, 24 of dead hostages, if we can use those terms. And it seems as though they don't have that because we're talking about a much lesser number. But that's a very tough subject. I want them back. That's what they said. I want them back. Also, they said they were going to disarm. And initially speaking, they needed, they did take out a couple of gangs that were very bad, very, very bad gangs, and they did take them out, and they killed a number of gang members. And that didn't bother me much, to be honest with you. That's okay. It's a couple of very bad gangs. You know, it's no different than other countries. Like Venezuela sent their gangs into us, and we took care of those gangs. We have Washington, D.C. is one of the safest cities in the country. It was one of the worst cities in the country if you go back just a little while ago, right? Now it's safe. You can walk to work. Isn't it nice? But we have told them we want to disarm, and they will disarm. And if they don't disarm, we will disarm them. And it'll happen quickly and perhaps violently. But they will disarm. Do you understand me? Yes. Because everyone says, oh, well, they won't disarm. They will disarm. And I spoke to Hamas, and I said, you're going to disarm, right? Yes, sir, we're going to disarm. That's what they told me. They will disarm, or we will disarm them. Got it?
Right. Srinjoy, there seems to be a clear-cut warning coming in from Donald Trump. If you don't disarm, then we will disarm, even if it happens violently.
Yes, or face the consequences. The point is that he says that the Hamas should disarm. The Hamas, of course, has not really categorically said that they will return all the weapons, number one. Secondly, even if they do disarm, and how do we know for sure that they have returned every weapon they have? That's something that has to be looked at very seriously, and this has a potential for future trouble. Now, this is something the president is very keen on. The president wants Hamas to disarm, but whether they will or whether they will completely disarm are things that will have to be worked out, because this has potential for trouble in the future.
Absolutely, and this was one of the concerns that was also raised by Benjamin Netanyahu. However, President Trump has not elaborated on how Hamas would be disarmed and who would be involved in doing so, and did not address whether this would include the U.S. forces as well. But